W ostatnich przygodach Henryczka dowiedzieliście się, jak za darmo przywłaszczyć sobie każdego konia. Trochę się zmieniło od tamtego czasu. Henryczek jest gigakotem, jakby grał w życie na kodach. Głównie dlatego, że zamiast robić fabułę, to czyściłem wszystkie zadania poboczne i zaliczałem każdy napotkany burdel. Jeżeli chcecie prześledzić ten progres, to wszystkie powtórki są zapisane na platformie Kik, link w opisie, zostaw followa. A dziś przyszedł czas na pokazanie wam wątku, w którym spotykamy naszego rodaka. Polska górą.
Zobacz, Henryk śmieci powyrzucał, a chłop normalnie podnosi, ty. Podszedł i śmieci pozbierał. Niezły chłop, normalnie. No szanuję, że NPC-ty tak mówią. O, za darmo? Kur... biorę. Dobra, jakby ktoś nie wiedział, jeśli ktoś wczoraj w nocy nie był obecny, szanowni państwo, witamy w okolicach Kuttenberga, na drugiej mapie, która jest większa od poprzedniej mapy, na której spędziliśmy 50 godzin. Po bardzo ciężkich perypetiach i wielu zabitych osobach, w tym i Ištvana Hoffa, wybiliśmy oko też Janu Życzkowi, legendzie czeskiej, historycznej. No ale cóż, sam chciał, no to dostał szybkie combo i stracił oko. Dojechaliśmy w nowe miejsce. I tutaj dopiero będą prawdziwe fortele polityczne i Henryczek wplątał się w niezłą imprezę przewrotu pomiędzy królem czeskim Wacławem, a jego bratem Zygmuntem, który był też królem Węgier, jeśli dobrze pamiętam. No i Zygmunt, do którego przyszli szlachcice czescy, mówiąc, że Wacław jest do pizdy, próbował wykorzystać sytuację i przejąć tron. A my pośrodku tego wszystkiego jesteśmy i próbujemy się w tym odnaleźć. Pierwsze co robisz, gdy przybywasz na dwór nowego pana, opie***asz jego skrzynki do zera. Znaczy nie do zera, bo nie mam już miejsca, ale wiadomo. No tu śpią w ogóle. Te hopy śpią. Ty, a to nie jest... To jest ta twierdza z prologu, nie? Ten pierwszy taki ten tutorial, nie? A, to jest to, no tutaj dudniliśmy do tych chłopów. Bez kitu, na tym murze walczyliśmy. Z tego takiego prologu takiego na początku. A ty co? Co ty tutaj robisz, koniku? Koniku, chodź. Konik mi się zepsuł. Nie no, te sracze w tych zamkach są fantastyczne, nie? Walisz dwójkę i słyszysz tak po 20 sekundach od tego, jak opuści twoją dupę, jak tam chlupie w stawie. Dobra, kogo my tu szukamy? Zdziszkę musimy znaleźć. A tu jest Zdziszka. Cześć.
How are things, Captain?
And you, youngster?
Not so great. I'm feeling pretty battered.
Just wait until you've been through as much as I have.
I doubt I'll ever live long enough to be as battered as you.
Looking at you, I've no fear of that. Besides, how do you know how old I am?
I don't know. From how you look?
You might be surprised. War leaves its mark on a man. But enough chat.
Ile lat ma Henryk w ogóle?
Jobst has returned to the fortress.
That's why I'm here. They're
30
expecting
na
us.
pewno nie ma, nie? Przecież ludzie w średniowieczu to średnio 30 lat
She
żyli.
said she'd rather get the horses ready.
She's doing the right thing. And you better run ahead and greet the Margrave. I'll join you shortly.
What about that dry devil of yours? Did you find out where he went?
No, nobody asked him where he was going, but it seems they're hoping it's as far away as possible. I'm not surprised. If I know him, he wasn't the ideal guest.
At least Jobst might know where he is.
He might. To be honest, that's the only reason for talking to him.
Are you expecting trouble?
I always expect trouble. Jobst has turned coats more times than I can count. And the way things are these days, I'd rather have horses standing by, even on a visit to my parents.
Should I really go and see Jobst on my own? He's a Margrave, though.
So what? You already know him better than I do. You met him in Ratai. I only know what I've heard about him.
All right, but he sent for us both. How's it going to look?
A bit odd, I suppose. But you must understand, I'm doing this for our benefit. The less time I spend with a Margrave in one room, the better.
All right, then. I'll be going then.
No dobra. Dojść na audiencję do sali bankietowej. Ej.
Henry. Where's Captain Zizka?
He got held up.
I received a report that von Bergov's banner is flying in the camp of my dear cousin Sigismund, so I assume the negotiations at Trotsky didn't go too smoothly.
No, sir. I don't have good news for you, I'm afraid.
Well, good or bad, I'm sure you have plenty to report. So what happened with von Bergov at Trotsky?
Bergov had no interest in our message. By the time we finally arrived at Trotsky, he'd already long since made a deal with Sigismund. But of course, he didn't tell Sir Hans and me anything. And on top of that, he used us to do his dirty work. Everything went to hell in the end, and we ended up in a dungeon. Or at least I did. They took Lord Capon away. In fact, that's why we're here. We were following von Bergov's trail.
So I've heard. But I'd be interested to know the details. It's been some time since our meeting in Ratai, and now you appear here by the side of a quite unexpected guest.
An unexpected guess.
Yes, of course, I've heard of Zizka before, and of his unconventional ways of supporting our king. But I don't know where you know him from.
We met outside Trotsky, in rather complicated circumstances. We crossed swords. I can only thank God we didn't kill each other.
And who was giving Zizka orders? Do you know?
I have no idea, sir.
That's a pity. I would be very keen to know.
Forgive me, my lord, but how is it possible you don't know? Aren't you all on the same side?
Bear in mind that my dear cousin, His Majesty King Wenceslas, has many supporters, and each of them has their own ideas about how to defend him.
I understand. It seems complicated.
On the contrary, it's all quite simple. If I could get them all together in one banquet hall, give them their fill of wine and venison, they'd come to an agreement on the spot. Let's move on. I heard something about a pillory and poaching. What in God's name did you and Sir Hans get up to?
Things went wrong right from the beginning. We were ambushed, and we lost the letter. Lord Capon and I were lucky to get out of it alive. But no one at Trotsky believed that we were messengers.
Von Berghoff refused to aid a nobleman in need. That seems pretty low for a man of his stature.
Well, to be honest, Lord Capon didn't really look much like a nobleman. We were ambushed while bathing in a pond, and then we fled through the woods. So we really looked like a pair of beggars.
Ah, that must have been a peculiar feeling for Lord Capon.
Bardzo trudny, kurwa.
You can't even imagine it, Your Grace.
I certainly cannot, in truth. In any case, are you sure there's nothing else you want to tell me?
Well, you should probably know that Istvan Toth was working for von Berghoff,
Who's he?
one of Sigismund's cronies. He was causing havoc around Ratai.
Ah, yes. Hanush and Radzig mentioned some such person. They even foolishly let him go.
They had to. They gave him their word.
Yes. Well, it's actually quite heartening that some people still have such naive ideas about the world.
Well, no one let him go this time. He's dead.
Very good.
Very good.
I've heard he was a bandit and a cutthroat. There should be no dealings with his ilk.
Bo wcale Henryk nie jest takim samym bandytą i mordercą.
Isn't Zizka a bandit too, though?
Zizka is loyal to Wenceslas, so he's no bandit or cutthroat, but a faithful servant of our king, carrying out resistance against his enemies. But let's move on. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
That's all that happened, sir.
Truly. My court messenger and bearer of tidings, both good and bad, John of Liechtenstein, has mysteriously gone silent. So every piece of information I get now is precious. By the way, you said you were in von Bergoff's dungeon. And I can imagine how they treated you there. Tell me, did you reveal anything?
Kurwa, trudne.
Well, they asked questions, yes.
Mogłem potkę
I was
wypić przed
counting on that
spotkaniem.
and prepared myself for it.
How did you prepare yourself?
Well, I mainly told them things I was pretty sure von Bergov already knew. Like that Radzig is a supporter of Wenceslas, that you and I met in Ratai.
And was he satisfied with that?
Well, I don't think he expected anything more from a simple servant of Lord Capon.
That's true. I must say, Henry, you've pleasantly
Sukces.
surprised me. You can keep a cool head as the world around you burns. You'll make it far. Thank you for the news. You're free to go if you want. But I would be glad if you stayed at the fortress. As soon as it's possible, you can join a legation heading for Rattay. I'm sure you already want to go home.
What? Go home? I can't. I have to rescue Sir Hans. I made a promise I'd protect him.
A noble thought. But you mustn't worry about Lord Capon. I'm sure von Bergoff has him trapped in a gilded cage.
But I made a promise, sir.
I understand, but honestly, Lord Capon is now safer than you or I. The most sensible course now is to wait for the ransom demand.
Margrave.
Ah, Captain Zizka. Henry and I were just discussing Lord Capon.
Yeah, the Margrave thinks he's in no danger, and we should wait for a ransom demand.
As one does.
I wanted to talk to you about something else. I suppose you're wondering why your friend Hinnek, also known as the Dried Devil, isn't here?
Oh, there's plenty of gossip going on around the fortress. You and Pisek refused to grant him asylum.
Asylum is for those in distress, Captain. Hinnek came to burn and pillage. I have quite different plans.
And what might those be, Margrave? Sitting and talking while King Wenceslas rots in a dungeon. What would I expect? Not so long ago, you were conspiring with Sigismund against Prokop, your own brother.
It would be futile trying to explain to you the intricacies of the Luxembourg's dynastic politics. Let me just explain that that was what was called for in the situation. But I assure
10
you,
000 groszy na
that
okup?
I am
Nie ma
now
problemu.
acting in the best interests of this country
Gotówką z góry
and
płacę.
of King Wenceslas.
You're acting first and foremost in your own interests. Everyone knows that.
Strong words coming from a man who earns his bread by killing merchants on the road. No offense intended. I applaud your art. The pen is mightier than the sword, but there are times when it's vice versa. Enter!
All ready to leave now, sir?
Good. It's high time. I expect the captain was about to leave anyway. Are you not?
With pleasure.
And you, Henry?
Me? Well, sir, I made a promise.
I understand. I won't attempt to keep you here by force. But bear in mind, I have concluded a very fragile truce with Sigismund, which gives us time to get ready. And if anyone should disrupt my plans with headstrong acts of violence, there will be consequences. Grave consequences. I consider this matter closed. Farewell and good luck.
Oj, wszyscy przeciwko nam. Nikomu ufać nie można.
I get the feeling feeling Yopes didn't make a great impression on you. Are we leaving?
Yeah. And Henry's going with us.
Wait, you'll help me find Capon?
Sure. But we'll need people for that. And information. Catherine, I've got a job for you.
Yes?
Go to Kuttenberg. Find out what happened to Liechtenstein. If anyone knows what's going on in this godforsaken country, it'll be him. In the meantime, we'll go and find Dry Devil and his band.
Good luck. I'd go all the way to Rome to spy if it kept me away from the devil.
Let's go!
No to jedziemy do Kuttenberga. Znaczy nie, tak, szukać tego czorta jakiegoś tam. Ło, kurwa, co to było?
Stay close. The devil doesn't know you, but he should recognize me, even like this, unless he's too drunk.
What is your plan, anyway? Go from village to village, hamlet to hamlet, until we find him?
That won't be necessary. We just have to visit places where you can get booze.
Oh, so all the taverns and dens in the region?
If it comes to that.
A coś tam się krzaczy.
I'm up for that.
Don't get your hopes up. We'll have a beer, listen to the local rumor mill, and if we don't find anything, we'll pay up and move on.
Where do we start?
I have heard of a place that's a favored meeting spot of bandits, poachers, and all kinds of scum. If I was looking for the devil, or at least someone who knows something about him, that's where I'd go.
Sounds like a good place to start. And if we find the devil, what then?
If we're really to step on Sigismund's toes, we need capable men. And the devil's capable. Of anything, really.
I'm not sure what the three of us can achieve.
Kinect's not alone. He has the devil's pack.
Who?
That's what his band is called. They're exactly the sort of men we need.
And what do you have in mind when you say step on Sigismund's toes? What about Liechtenstein and Capon?
The same thing we did to von Berghoff. But don't worry. It's gonna take a lot of time before we're ready. In the meantime, hopefully Catherine will find out where young Liechtenstein is hiding. If his spy network really lives up to the legend, he'll surely know where they're keeping young Capon.
I hope so. And when he's free, then we can step on Sigismund's toes. I'm sure Lord Capon will be happy to help.
In that case, he'd be better off staying in captivity. So, what do you say? Should we speed up?
Aye. The sooner we get there, the better.
Kawał drogi. Czarcia Nora. O, tam chciałem jechać w pierwszej kolejności i tak. Oho, już mi się podoba.
I warned you you had it coming, you drunk.
Hang on. I didn't see it. Does feel better when I've had a drink. It's a gift from God.
Either you pay us back our coin, or you can leave your head with us.
You wouldn't get a crossing for an alternative, mine.
You're right about that.
I'd have a use for that turnip. But I can only pay for it with iron.
Shiska?
You turn on your heel and get going, if you value your life. You might have noticed there's more of us than you.
That can be fixed.
No to lecimy.
Try to give up! I'm getting sick of waiting! Do I have to pull you out of trouble again? I see you're still a drunkard.
It's good to see you too, Shishka. What happened to...
That doesn't matter now.
Huh? Who's that? Where's your old band?
You're looking at all that's left of it.
I see we have a lot to talk about.
That we do. Anyway, this is Henry. Henry, this is Kubienka.
Hiya, lad. And thanks for the help. You're handy with a sword.
Thanks.
Not that I couldn't handle them myself.
He would be one of the best archers north of the Alps. If he wasn't drunk or with one arm in the stocks all the time.
Shouldn't we leave before someone notices the corpses?
Easy, lad. This was the devil's den. If we behave ourselves, the innkeeper will just charge us a cleaning fee, and that will be that.
There will be plenty of time to get acquainted with the local customs. We're looking for the devil. Where is he?
Well, when I said we have a lot to talk about, now is the time. This is the innkeeper, Dreadlight.
Gentlemen, I won't have this. You're murdering my guests and making a mess.
They started it.
They've been drinking on credit for half a day. Who's going to pay for this now?
If you search their pockets and sell their weapons, that should cover it. And I have a feeling Kubienka here owed them some dice winnings.
I didn't cheat.
Pay him.
All right, then. What did I do to deserve you? Here you go.
Ah, I see you are a nobleman and a generous one at that. You didn't have to, but thank you. I'm much obliged. You don't need to worry about anything. We'll clear away the corpses, pour some sand on the blood, and no one will know what happened here.
That's nice of you. But leave us alone now.
Nobody will be looking for them anyway. Only the catchpoles would be interested in them. You might even get a reward.
Did you hear Lord Chishka?
Yes, I did. Of course. I'm leaving. Just call if you need anything.
Can he be trusted? He looks like he'd be happy to rat us out the first chance he gets.
Dreadlight? I don't think so. They'd arrest him as well as if he went to snitch on us. If you keep paying him, he'll serve you.
If you say so. So, what's up with the devil? I need to talk to him.
That won't be easy. He got locked up.
What? They captured the devil, and you're just saying it like it's nothing.
Who captured him?
How should I know? Some armed bastards.
Shit, Kubienka, you must know who came after you and why.
Well, we botched this job in Kuttenberg. It was supposed to be a breeze, but the fuckers outnumbered us 3-1. Before we could react, they knocked the devil down and pounded on him like a deaf man on a door. Ada and I tried to help him, but we just couldn't.
Fuck.
It pisses me off that we had to leave him there. But we would have been captured.
Do you know where they're keeping him?
Why? The town guard took him. So he's probably in the town jail?
Fuck. There's no way we're getting him out of there.
My words. Otherwise, we would have gotten him away from those fuckers a long time ago. Not even a mouse can get him there. We can't pull off something like that.
How long has it been since he was captured?
I've been sitting here drinking ever since it happened. So, maybe a week, maybe even a month. More like a month.
A month? They haven't hanged him yet.
That's the thing. The devil's famous. Lots of people want him dead. But they won't give him the news or the axe. They want to send his soul to the Lord in a much worse way. The devil is a proper bastard, but not even he deserves that.
What are they planning to do with him?
The devil's got a fat price on his head. He's the most feared robber baron in Bohemia. There are several empty tents in Sigismund's camp, thanks to him. They really want to relish his death. They'll take him to their camp outside of town for that.
Who told you that?
When someone owes you a dice wager, they'll spill him what they don't know. They say the people of Kuttenberg can't wait to see him gone.
If they're going to move him, that could be our chance. We'll wait for them and free the devil.
He will be watched by a dozen armed guards. We're only 3. So unless you have 10 men up your sleeve...
I thought the devil would have at least 10 men. But other than that, it makes sense. I don't think we'll have another shot.
I was going to hire some muscle for help here, but I got thirsty. You know the rest.
More like I know you. But maybe we'll find someone around here. Everybody'll listen if we mention coin. Can you think of anything else that might come in handy?
Well, how about some hand cannons?
Have you got some?
Well, not on me. But maybe there are some in our old camp. It isn't far.
Maybe.
Maybe. Surely. If I can remember where we hit them. And as luck would have it, they're not far from the road they used to transport the devil.
What place is that?
This narrow gully with a nice curve that backs for something nasty to happen in it. West of here. You can't miss it.
Looks like there's still some sense left in your noggin despite the booze.
And what about me?
You'll go with Kubianka to get the hand cannons. He may be... surely hid somewhere.
Great. At least I won't have to carry them myself.
Don't dilly-dally. And when you have them, meet me at the ambush spot. Keep an eye on him. And don't let him talk your ear off.
No dobra. To idziemy po te brońki. Porywająca rozmowa z gentlemanem. Pokaż
What a relief. I just better not piss on my boots. Or trip over. Oh, almost done. Oh, not done yet. Finally. The camp is near. There's a path above the stream leading to it. There were also some pretty rocks nearby. And I used to wade through that stream every time you went.
Kurwa, zajebiście tu.
You can smell the wedge from miles away, but you can't take 3 steps in the woods without getting lost. Some people are just made that way. Nothing you can do about it. I mean, if Heather could find the camp, you'll have no problem finding it yourself. Oh, and the hand cannons. They're buried somewhere near the camp. Just a few steps.
Trafiłem? Nie wiem nawet.
But we're not that stupid. Although, maybe Janos and Ed are. One time, they decided to rob some merchant because we were running out of food and drink. They found one and decided to follow him until he arrived at a suitable place. They followed him almost all the way to Sigismund's camp. So throwing guns in the water actually sounds like them. Hey lad, come here!
No co, jestem.
What are we gonna do now?
Well, welcome to our camp. It's not much, but we called it home.
Oh, this mess.
Hey, you don't see me insulting your home.
So where are the cannons?
We hit something down below last time. By the stream, near the boulders, by the uprooted tree. And something is buried a little ways over there.
Don't you remember where you put them?
Well, I have a rough idea. A hazy memory. A hunch.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So? Where are they?
One of those places. Let's look at all of them. They are here somewhere.
We're gonna dig through half the forest.
Nonsense. I'll walk around, get my bearings. You'll see. Anyway, we need a shovel. There used to be one by Janos' tent.
Which one is that?
The one made of leaves. He was so proud of it until he woke up covered in caterpillars.
Come on then. We don't have much time.
Ja mam łopatę przy sobie. A dobra, to jest łopata, nie będzie.
We were as drunk as fiddlers when we buried them. But this place seems really familiar. Before that, we had to bury old Lodil, and we had to fortify ourselves.
I was a fool to think this would be easy.
So, I was wrong.
So you're digging the next one?
Jeszcze, że to chwilę zajmie.
Listen, lad.
Just tell me you didn't throw those hand cannons in the water.
Of course not. Look at that basket over there.
What about it?
The cannons are not there, but there is something better. Booze.
O,
Be a lovely lad and fetch it.
Why not?
It'll make the digging go faster.
Good boy.
I found something.
Beautiful. Is there enough for both of us?
Cheers.
Oh, this is bliss. Right. Let us find those devilish trumpets.
No, bomba rośnie. Henryk zaraz będzie ten, ululany. Mam kopać?
Right. Enough playing around. Stick. Here.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. So this is the grave of poor Lodiel. I was sure we buried him elsewhere.
Ugh. What stench.
Why? He did not smell much better when he was alive. Oh, well. God grant him eternal life and some soap.
What about us?
If Lodiel is here, then I reckon I know where the hand cannons are.
Do 3 razy sztuka?
This really must be it.
Ja się uświniłem.
See? I told you I knew exactly where to find them.
God, why are you punishing me?
Oh, don't cry. We have more important things to do.
Will you take the cannons?
I won't be lugging them around.
Right. Are we going to see Zizka?
Let's go. Or do you want to go alone?
I'd rather go with you. Just in case.
Mount up then. We've wasted enough time as it is. Oh, get that damn troll up and drink your wine, brother.
Pięknie, pięknie. Oho. Oho.
Quadrants of harlots and drags from...
A nie, dobra, to Żiczka. Myślałem, że to jacyś bandyci. Stoję blisko.
We have the hand cannons.
How did it go? Any trouble?
Henryk napierdolony.
It went smoothly.
That's right. My memory's like,
Civ?
See how well we understand each other.
What's the plan?
We wait. We'll position ourselves on the flanks, and when they pass, we'll attack.
Why are the wagons standing there? I was hoping we would block the road with a tree or something.
Look what I managed to find. A true march of the maimed. If they had to cut down a tree, they'd chop off their own limbs. We at least took a wheel off. It looks less suspicious, and the convoy will have to stop anyway.
Oi, fuck, but
But what?
I would put it a little further back.
Żiczka to niezły
So they
partyzant.
will not see it until they are right next to it.
Ah, look who's thinking. And what then?
Then we rise with the hand cannons and blast the bastards to smithereens from above.
What a load of rubbish.
What rubbish! It is like a battlement, but on a wagon. You get it, right? Haha.
Shut up. We'll do it my way.
Make up your minds. It's hard to say how much time we have.
So, Kubienka, take half of the men and go over there. The rest will stand on the other side.
Where will I go?
You'll stay here with me.
And then what?
We'll wait for them to arrive. And then...
Are we there yet?
To dobra fryzura.
You know how many fucking times have I told you? Are you deaf? Pay no attention to him, Rupert.
Pay no attention to him, Rupert.
You hold me up in irons. You can't even show me a grain of human decency. Paul! What the fuck? Damn. There's more of them than I was expecting. I can't back out now. Let's blast at them and seize the advantage.
Oi! You two! Get that wreck off
Henryk
the
w ogóle nie wzbudza podejrzeń w tej pełnej zbroi płytowej.
We're working on it. To the task!
Matilda!
No nie, konika zabili.
My leg, damn it! You idiots!
Now that was just a warning shot. Surrender, or the next one will go straight through your guts.
Ja wolę oldschoolowo, mieczem.
So next time, will you hit the mark?
I'd rather settle it without bloodshed.
That's easy. Surrender, and none of you will be harmed. Until you hang alongside the devil, that is.
The only one surrendering will be you.
Oh, really? Rupert, bring that bastard to me. And you, arrest the others. If they resist, just kill them.
Halt! Not another step, or...
Oh, what? Are you gonna shoot at this sky again?
Kurwa, mogłem potkę wypić.
We are here by the order of the Lords of Lipa. Release Sir Hinnek, and you won't be harmed.
What's the dry devil to the Lords of Labour? They have no people around here. No authority.
You have all the authority they need.
And what about you? The way you look, you could pass for a chamber pot scrubber of the Lords of Labour. But a messenger? I don't think so.
Kurwa.
You can't blame them. I'd run too if I was led by such a moron. Have at them!
Dobra, tam klasycznie lecimy.
I'm not afraid of anyone but God Almighty. Good, but he's still standing.
Kurwa.
You should have fucking stayed out of it.
I'm hit.
Błędy popełniam. Głupie błędy, za bardzo próbuję dodżować, bo się boję, że od boku dostanę.
You're no match for us, fucker! Show your stuff.
Ajajaj, nie no, strasznie głupie błędy popełniam.
Do it! You having a chance? Show what you're made of! I'm all yours!
O, kurwa, wreszcie. Turbo głupie błędy tu popełniałem, turbo głupie. Ale jedynka jest o wiele trudniejsza niż dwójka. No, pod względem walki. A, tu już po prostu jest, że... Koniec.
We should get out of here, don't you think?
The sooner we're gone, the better.
Would still be getting worked over by those bastards in Sigismund's camp. You saved my arse, fellas. Although I have a second hole in it now because of you. Ouch!
That was an accident. I couldn't hit you that well, even if I wanted to.
That would be a shame. We'd be hard-pressed to find another horseman like him.
Spare me the flattery. It's enough you thought I was worth saving. Warms the cockles of my heart.
Don't thank me until you know what we're up to.
Ha I knew there
Myślę, że
was
na
a
tą chwilę
reason
tę
you
grę.
rescued me.
Wybitna, ale nie idealna.
What's your plan?
We need to find John of Liechtenstein and finally rescue Lord Capon.
Who the fuck are they?
You'll learn that soon enough. But we have more important things to attend to. First things first, Henry. How are we doing, Devil? Do you have some kind of hideout? What about your people?
Hideout? Our old camp was a shithole.
Don't insult our home from home.
Shush! We can stay here.
Here? For all to see?
This here hole is far from town, and has such a bad reputation that decent people are afraid to come here. As long as you're paying, old Treadlight will serve you wholeheartedly. This place has everything we need, and people who come here can be recruited for some dirty work.
And there are no fleas in the beds.
Furthermore, it's called the Devil's Den, and I like that.
All right, have it your way. Henry, go to the innkeeper and arrange our stay here. But back to the point, Devil. What about your people?
My people? Kubianka isn't enough for you.
No, he isn't.
That's too bad. Oh, they fucked off somewhere. They didn't send any messages to my jail cell.
Co byś zmienił? Sporo rzeczy, ale to jak przejdę, to wtedy jakieś podsumowanie będę robił.
But first you should go and see Catherine. See if she's settled in and if she's all right. She said she'd try to find work at the Hangman's Halter Tavern.
All right, I'll go alone. What will you be doing?
I don't know about these two, but I'll be having a rest. I'm not going to sit on a horse for a while anyway.
Który live do końca.
We need more people. The three of us could just about make an infamous cabbage-stealing band. The best thing would be to recruit from your old comrades.
Forget it. It hurts like you shot off one of my arse cheeks. I can barely stand.
At least tell me what happened to your infamous Devil's Pack. Where can we find them?
Yeah, I'd like to know that too.
O, kilka zakończył już prawie wszystkie? Nie.
Why didn't you lot free me from jail?
You gather a band of criminals and then you are surprised they cannot be trusted?
So, nobody's left?
Some might return now that the devil is back.
Well, if they're not already swinging on the gallows somewhere.
How will you find them? They could be anywhere.
We'll have to search for them. Will you help us, Henry?
No najpierw mówił, że mam iść sam, a teraz kurde pomocy potrzebujesz.
Oh, wonderful. Will you at least tell me where to start?
I'd love to. But I don't even know who survived that fuck up.
Not many of us are left. Janos and Adder were the first to run. I reckon they are gorging themselves somewhere. If they have any coin.
What about Bohuta and his brother? They've always been reliable.
Slavik died, Bohuta took it badly. He's not coming back.
Fuck.
Nie byłoby optymalne rozwiązanie po prostu wrzucać na sam wątek główny na YouTube'a? Nie byłoby.
Do we have anyone else?
Well, there's Matthew and Roniek, but who knows where they ended up.
And that's all.
We could also try those rebellious farmers who are fighting against Sigismund around here.
I don't want any dirty peasants. I want my old pack.
In that case, there is no one else left.
And where should we look for them? I don't even know where to start.
I think I could help you with some of them. Come and see me when you want to get started.
Liechtenstein can wait. I better look for the rest of your devil's pack.
Great. But be careful. I didn't recruit them for their pretty eyes. They're probably not going to be very friendly after what happened, so be nice to them.
I'll bear that in mind.
All right, go ahead.
Będą stawiać, to ich wymorduję, a nie tam.
Waiting for you in Kuttenberg.
No dobra. A to jest ciekawe, czemu tu mamy zielony i czerwony, czyli pewnie będziesz mógł strony wybrać. Znowu pewnie będzie albo po stronie Żiszki, albo tam chuj wie po której stronie.
You said you were going to tell me more about the Devil's former band.
You really do not waste time, do you? Anyway, only a few fellas out of the whole glorious pack survived the
Cześć
shitstorm,
Janksu, dobranoc.
and it's not certain they are still alive. As far as I know, Matthew, Bahuta, Raniak, Janos, and Eder survived. I only know where to find Bahuta. And maybe Matthew. But who knows?
Dawaj tego Mateusza.
Start with Matthew. That's a pretty name.
The name may be pretty, but he's as ugly as sin. You better not stare at him too much. It is not good for your stomach. He's also a damn willy bastard. People say he likes to rob on trade routes, telling his victims he's collecting tax for the king.
And where do I find him?
I hear there's someone robbing merchants on the roads near Miskovitz. That would be fitting for him. Maybe the bailiff can tell you more. It's practically happening in his yard.
If he's so crooked, why did you take him into your band in the first place?
Nasty characters are more suited to our line of work. It is much harder to convince good people to do bad things.
I'm not afraid of dirty work. Sometimes there's just no other option.
Hear, hear. If it bothers you, there's no place for you with the devil.
Now tell me about Bahuta.
Well, Bahuta, he was always in trouble. Angry as a dog and covered in bruises. He and his brother could drink all the beer in the inn.
Oh.
Just the two of them. Then they would make a terrible ruckus.
It sounds like you three would get along well. But you said his brother was dead.
Yes, he died right before Bahuta's eyes. Not pretty. Bahuta has been acting weird ever since. He dropped everything overnight and turned to prayer. As if he was scared of being next in line.
Where can I find Bahuta?
At the rectory in Grunt. He helps out with the church.
Did you ever see him again after they caught the devil?
Yeah. But there was no reasoning with him.
Do you think it'll be different now?
Look, I don't know. Maybe when he hears the devil's back, he will come to his senses. But I doubt it.
I'll go over there and try to talk him into it. There's no harm in trying.
But be careful. Bahuta was never far from giving someone a beating. Maybe he's still got that in him. It was
No napierdolę, nie ma problemu.
ending up on the gallows because of a fight. Oh, but he's already with the Lord.
What about the rest of the band? You mentioned more than one person.
Of course. That leaves Janos, Eder, and Raniak. I don't know where they are, but I can tell you about them.
Who is this Adder? What kind of nickname is that, anyway?
Oh, that's easy. He's called Eder because he can't keep his snake in his breeches. He's Polish. He does not speak our tongue, so only Janos can speak to him, really.
No to już wiemy kogo szukamy.
He's fucking hilarious. And when shit gets tough, he can really handle it.
Do you know where he could be?
I have no idea. But if you find Janos, Eder will be nearby. The two of them are practically inseparable.
How am I supposed to communicate with Adder? I don't speak a word of Polish.
Yes, you do. We all say kurwa. You must use your hands and feet for the rest. I always manage, and so will you.
Tell me more about this Raniak.
Raniak has a great aim. Slightly better than me, even. Oh, and that bow of his, I tell ya, is a masterpiece. That is how you will know it is him.
How did he get that bow?
How do you think? He won it playing dice. But that was the first and last time he ever won anything. If anyone is really unlucky, it is him. But he would not stop if you were to cut off his hands.
Do you have any idea how I could find him?
Oh, I don't know anything about him. Try asking around at inns where they play dice. It is possible he lost his hose in one of them.
Na pewno to jest on. Na pewno to jest on, no.
Did you ever see him again after the devil was captured?
Oh, just once. He wanted me to lend him money. He did not have any to bet with. But I was skinned and looking for a way to get the devil out of jail. Either way, I told him to fuck off, and he listened to me.
Tell me about this Janos.
Za sporo, 5 osób musimy znaleźć.
He's from Hungary. He speaks like a Tatar, but at least you can understand him a little, unlike Ada.
And how did he get here? Did he defect from Sigismund?
Not at all. He did something back home, had the gallows waiting for him, so he fled to Moravia. He was having the time of his life until recently. Wine, women, and song. But now he has problems because people take him for a human. But if you knew how he can cook, give him a dead rat and half a carrot, and he will cook you a 3-course dinner.
Okay.
How can I recognize this Janos?
Like I said, he looks a bit like a human. He speaks almost like we do, but in a queer way, where you talk to him. You will definitely notice it.
I'm already liking this Janos. I think we'll get along well.
Janos, why?
Lubię dobrze się napić.
I like to have a good drink.
Of what?
It doesn't matter. The main thing is when it's flowing and there's plenty of it. If you remember in the morning what you did the night before, you're not doing it right.
Oh, my thoughts exactly. Damn, when I was young, I drank like crazy. Plenty of experiences, yet no memories.
And now that you're old?
Well, I drink like crazy. You see, my time is running out.
Thanks. I'll go and look for them.
They may sound like a bunch of morons as I tell it, but they will be damn useful to us. Good luck!
Okej. Czyli mamy tak, z Katarzyną musimy się w Kuttenbergu spotkać, ale no mamy tą całą czarcią sforę i chyba na tym bym się najpierw skupił, powiem szczerze. I z tego co widzę najbliżej mamy z Bohunem do pogadania i chyba to zrobimy. Tu też widzę, że jakieś zadanko jest. Można by zagadać, zobaczyć o co chodzi. Kurde, co on gadał o tym chłopie, że gdzieś za lasem, ale kurwa za którym lasem? Niby jest ten chłop. Tutaj pogadamy z tą typiarą, co niby tutaj ma łaźnię. O, Smoka.
How can I help you, sir?
Siemano.
My body is in need.
Certainly.
Dawaj tą łaźnię.
I can't wait.
All right, but money up.
I'll gladly.
Excellent.
You sure slayed me today, warrior. Now I have to scrub myself from head to toe.
Okej. Nic, jedziemy porozmawiać z tym Bohunem w takim razie. Trzeba tą bandę jak najszybciej namierzyć. To i on? Siema.
God, praised be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever.
Excuse me, are you Behuta by any chance?
That's right, I am. If you're here to right old wrongs, be my guest. God knows I deserve it.
I don't need to right any wrongs. The devil sent me to see if you would rejoin his band.
He is free, and he still hasn't learned. Anyway, tell him I'm definitely not going back to that life.
Why don't you want to go back?
I want to reform myself, to redeem myself before the Lord God, and to earn his absolution. There is no way to do that if I am with the devil.
I'd like to find the rest of the devil's pack. Do you know anything about any of them?
Just Ranyek. It has been a few days since he was here.
Do you know where I could find him now?
Last time he told me he had a game arranged in Pshitoki. Maybe he's still there.
Okej.
What did he want from you?
He was begging me for some coin. He said he had a game in Pshitoki and that he would definitely win this time. As always.
Ranyek still hasn't given up dice, eh?
That fella will never learn, and he's already lost everything. He won a really nice bow once, and he's had nothing but bad luck ever since.
Thanks. Hopefully I'll find him there. I'll be on my way. I probably won't convince you anyway.
Hold on. While you're here, we can pray for the devil's soul together. God knows he needs it badly.
We can,
Okej.
though I don't know if it'll help anything.
Every soul can be reformed if it so desires and sincerely repents of its sins. Look at me. I used to kill, drink, spend nights with whores, but I learned that it was the wrong way, and now I'm trying to make amends.
Why all of a sudden?
Come pray with me and I'll tell you. Hey, how did you get involved with the devil anyway?
By accident. It was thanks to Jan Žižka.
So, you know Žižka too. Where from?
It's a long story. But if you came to the Devil's Den, I'll tell you all about it over a beer.
Nice try, lad, but I'm staying away from the drink. It's just not worth it. What do you think of the devil anyway?
I don't know. I don't know him very well yet.
It doesn't matter if you've known him a day, a year, or a lifetime. With the devil, you know who you're dealing with from the very first moment. So if you're hoping he's actually different, I can tell you right now, you're hoping in vain.
Where did you say you wanted to pray?
Right here, at my brother's grave.
Okej.
Is that Slavek's grave?
You know my brother's name?
Aye. Kubienka told me about you both.
Aye, we were in the band together, but the priest was kind enough to let me bury him here.
Was that important to you?
It was. When Slavik was killed and the band broke up, I didn't know what to do. Father Havel put a roof over my head and showed me a completely different life than I had known before then. Together with my brother, I buried my past here and vowed over his grave that I would never harm another living soul.
This is where you want to pray for the devil?
Here is where I found reconciliation and peace of mind. Where else should I pray for the devil to find his own?
Don't you want to help the devil?
That's not up to me. He has to help himself. I can only pray for him.
Too bad. I was hoping I could convince you. So was the devil.
I thought you said you wanted to pray for the devil.
Oh. Aye, all right. Let's pray for him together then.
Yes, that would be best. Aye, but it's Latin, so listen carefully and repeat after me. Pater Noster, qui isn't careless, sanctify cater, or no man's tomb. Adventure ad rectum to whom, fet voluminous to her,
Sikać wołu ta stuła.
inhale it.
Sikać im cela im tera.
Your turn now.
Przejdzie to, czy nie przejdzie?
You're saying it wrong. Listen. It goes like this. Pater Noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum. Adveniat regnum tuum. Fiat voluntas tua. Sicut in cielo et in terra.
All right, I know the rest. Panem most room. Quote, idi.
Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimitimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo.
Amen. I know it too. That's all I can do for the devil, so you'd better get going now, eh?
Okej, pogadane. Uroczy jegomość. Ich było chyba 5, nie? W tej bandzie. Jednego już gadaliśmy, to odpada. 4 zostało. Ten Polak, Komar, ten Raniek, Janusz. I jeszcze tam kurwa ktoś tam. Trzeba znaleźć tego hopa.
Good afternoon.
I'm looking for someone. His name is Raniek, and he carries a nice bow.
That means nothing to me.
And he plays dice. A lot.
Ja, jetzt weiß ich's. Gestern hat sich völlig betrunken. Yesterday with some Pole. They were causing a ruckus until the morning. And I'm still feeling sick.
Kim był ten pijany Polak?
This drunk Pole, was his name Adder, by any chance?
Ja, Adder. They say there's a whole Geschichte behind it.
Aye, I know it. I'd like to know where he is now.
You should ask the butcher's wife, Eve.
Okej. Pijany Polak.
Why should I ask the butcher's wife?
Well, why do you think?
Do I have to make you say it? How does this concern Adder?
No dupcył żonę
Look, I've heard a lot
rzeźnika.
about Adder. If he was sticking it where he shouldn't have, I'd rather know before some cuckold comes at me with a pitchfork.
Knowing our butcher, you're not far from the truth, glaub mir. Letzte Nacht, Adder suddenly disappeared, just at the same time as the butcher's wife, Eve, did.
She left alone at night.
Leider ja. Her men passed out on the table right there in the inn. What else could she do?
So Adder took the opportunity.
Natürlich.
So where is the local butcher's?
If you go to the village from here, the butcher's Grundstück is the very last one.
I'll go to see her. Maybe she knows something.
You should be careful. The butcher does not like seeing other men around his Eve.
Where can I find this Raniak?
Try asking the man who paid for his losses yesterday.
Was he broke?
He lost a small fortune here yesterday. It looked like he was going to get a nice beating because he lost more than he had. But a bunch of Kerle from Bilani, who also came to play, lent him some coin. I reckon they felt sorry for him.
And do you know where I could find these men from Bilani?
In Bellany, I reckon.
W Belanach, okej.
Thanks a lot, I suppose.
Tut mir leid. I can't really think clearly after last night. If I were you, I would ask the Bellani innkeeper. With luck, you will run into them right there.
Why would they pay for Raniak? Did they know each other?
I do not think so. Maybe they just felt sorry for him. They played a lot themselves. But you could see that Raniak just could not stop.
I should ask the Bilani innkeeper about the other players, aye?
Yeah, Spieler from all around meet at his inn. So you might just run into them there.
Dobra.
I'll be on my way. And thank you.
Nichts zu danken.
Ja. Good. Jeszcze... No ale tu żony rzeźnika. Tutaj tego, Polaka spotkamy chyba, nie? Let's go. Cześć.
Welcome, sir. What can I do for
O,
you?
jakie piękne limo masz pod okiem.
I'm looking for someone, and the innkeeper said you might be able to help.
Is that so? Who is it?
A wandering man at arms. He's a foreigner, a Pole. They call him Adder.
And the innkeeper sent you to me. How nice of him. As if the whole village didn't know already. Now he's going to tell everyone who just walks by. Who are you anyway? Some friend of his?
On the contrary, they sent me to find him. He's a dangerous cutthroat. I have to catch him before he hurts more people.
Christ,
Na
is that
tropie
really
Polaka.
so? He's going to murder my old man. He and the other men dragged Ada out of the village, saying they'll kick his ass. But now I'm more worried about them.
And where will I find your husband, Adder, and the rest?
Outside the village, in the direction of Kuttenberg. There's a long
Oho,
tree in the
będzie
middle of
teraz.
the field. You can see it from a distance. They said that's where they take him.
To jest ten jeden moment, gdzie wolałbym zmienić na język czeski dla Beczuni, ale no kurde, nie mogę streamować Kingdoma i jednocześnie z czeskim dubbingiem, bo za bardzo muszę się skupiać i wsłuchiwać, a z angielskim to mogę sobie, nie wiem, w telefon patrzeć na czat i tak dalej.
I heard you had some affairs with the Pole.
I beg your pardon? Did the innkeeper tell you that? That lying old bastard?
So it's not true.
Of course it's not. I mean, not that the Pole wasn't interested. He was looking at me all night at the inn, but I avoided him. If my husband noticed anything, I'd be in big trouble. But he got so drunk he fell asleep on the table, and I couldn't wake him up. So I got up and went home alone. Ada must be damn quick, because he beat me home and waited for me at the door.
What did he want? Did he hurt you?
No, and I don't know what he wanted either. He was drunk. And since he doesn't speak our tongue, I couldn't understand him. Then he hiccuped, fell to the ground and started snoring.
And what happened then?
He's a big man, so I couldn't move him. I just left him sleep there till morning. That's when my husband returned. And when he found him, he threw a fit. He thinks I had something with Ada. Me! Me, who has been loyal to him all these years. If he'd taken one good look at Ada, he'd have seen it wasn't even possible. Ada was still dead drunk in the morning.
Brzmi legitnie.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't help but notice. Is that bruise from the butcher?
He doesn't mean it. He just doesn't know what he's doing when he's...
Oj. Nieładnie, tak?
I'll at least give you something for the pain. Here you go. A potion for the pain. It should help you quickly.
Thank you.
You said others went with your husband.
Aye, some men from the village.
How many of them?
How should I know? 3? Maybe 4?
3-4 damy sobie radę.
Did they have weapons?
They're no soldiers, but they carried axes.
That sounds like even more trouble. I hope we can sort it out peacefully.
Please, tell me they won't get hurt. My old man put them up to it. It's not their fault.
Nie mogę tego obiecać.
Can't promise you that. If they want to do something to Adder, I'll have to defend him. I better go and see your husband. The sooner it's over, the better.
Hurry up, please. God be with you, sir.
Uratuj komara? To let's go. Gdzie jest ten komar? Tutaj? Let's go. Na ratunek dla Polaka. Jeśli będziesz czeskim podczas spotkania go na chwilę można włączyć, ale to mu musiał gierkę, wiesz co, zrestartować i ściągnąć cały pakiet językowy. To zajmie z 5 minut. Ale możemy tak zrobić. Dobra, to chyba nie zajmie długo. O, widzę to. Widzę to drzewo.
Jedem! Jedem!
Jedem!
Rychle! Rychle!
To rychło.
Panie, mój Boże, wysłuchaj mnie. Całe życie mordowałem i ruchałem. Więcej razy paliłem kościoły niż byłem u spowiedzi. Wybacz swemu słudze. Wybacz. Wybacz i
Polska górą.
jeszcze tylko raz wykastrować tych bezbożnych skurwysynów!
Drž hubu! To tvoje šťišlání se nedá poslouchat.
Twoja baba i tak do końca życia będzie pamiętać o mojej polskiej kiełbasie!
Já ti ten tvůj rypák zavřu.
Ciebie i twoją matkę piekło pochłonie. Niech was piekło pochłonie!
Poczekaj! Zastaw!
Poczekaj, zostaw.
A co to za kutas?
Co tady chceš? A co seš vůbec zač?
Nech ho bejt a odvaž ho.
A proč bych to dělal? Víš vůbec, co mi ten dobytek proved?
Jestli mluvíš o tom, co se povídá ve vsi, tak jsou to jen pomluvy. Nic se nestalo.
Vůbec nevíš, o čem mluvíš. Ten skurvysyn mi zneuctil ženu. Moji Evu, chápeš?
Moje Evu,
Měl by
chápeš?
být rád, že ho jenom oběsíme. Kdyby bylo po mým, tak ho i vykleštíme.
On należy do pana Suchodola.
Tenhle lotr patří pánovi ze Suchdolský tvrze.
Co ten s ním má společného?
Pánovi zneuctil kuchařku, 2 služky, hejtmanovi ženu a v kapli ukradnul sochu Madony, nad kterou pak prováděl všelijaký nechutnosti. Na Suchdoli mu už stavějí šibenici.
Ale... A co já? Chci nějaký zadosti učinění. Nebo aspoň odškodnění.
Chceš se hádat se zbrojnošem a Petra z Písku? Už jsou na cestě sem.
Jak chceš, je tvůj. Ale kráva je moje a beru si ji sebou.
Do prdele.
Chwała Polsce, kurwy! Jebać mnie!
Koła w Polsce, kurwy. A, i się rozchodzą po prostu. A, myślałem, że ich zabijemy, ty.
Moc, suka. Musím odříznout ten druhý konec na stromě.
Jeszcze ten kociokwik mi łeb rozrywa. Mnie to wkurwia!
Komar, wstawaj.
Boli. O kurwa. Było blisko. Gdybym nie miał chociaż tego kociokwiku.
A nie wiem, czy chcę puszczać tego chłopa, on żonę bije.
Dej pokoj. Teď už je to... Co ode mě ještě chceš?
Powiedzieć ci, jakim jesteś śmieciem.
Chci ti jen říct, že jsi ubohej zasranej budiš k ničemu.
Dávej si bacha na jazyk. Buď rád, že Polák stále dejchá. Tak si ho odveď a už se tu neukazujte.
A co Polak na to?
O kurwa mać. Mało brakowało.
Nam to wiele nie trzeba do szczęścia,
Kimkolwiek
nie?
jesteś, masz krzepę. Ale teraz to sam bym wpierdolił tym gównojadom.
Asi tě zajímá, co jsem zač, viď? Jsem Jindřich. Jindra.
Heniek, a dlaczego ty mówisz do
Heniek.
Ano, to jsem já. Jindra. Posílá mě suchej čert. Čeká na tebe v čertovce.
O, żeż kurwa, czart żyje? To jeszcze go nie powiesili? Kurwa, patrz, głupim to szczęście sprzyja. Te kiepy niemyte ciągle się z nas śmieją. Kurwa mać, aż mnie świerzbią ręce. Hej, młody, daj mi jakąś broń.
Broń? Co?
Broń?
Broń. Rozumiesz?
Zbraň? Chceš, abych ti dal zbraň?
Tak, kurwa.
Možná pro tebe něco najdu.
Kurde, nie wiem, czy mam jakąś broń. Dam mu... O, kruczy dziób mu damy, ta. Masz to.
Na, to ci musí stačit.
No pewnie, że wystarczy. A teraz tę jebaną hołotę wyrżnę w pień. Dostaną to, na co zasłużyli. Zwłaszcza kurwa rzeźnik, skurwiel jeden.
Co? Hej, kam to jdeš?
Oho, zaczynamy. Dawaj, dawaj. Rzeźnik jest tutaj, Poloku. Kurwa.
Horem pryč! Vzdávám se! Vzdávám se!
Kurwa, jak go goni, ty. Dawaj, Polak, dawaj, Polak. Dawaj, Polak. O nie, orzech go zagryzł. No jest jak jest. Jest jak jest. No i co? Polska górą, czy Polska nie górą? Nie no, chłop żonę bił, no. Może i niesłusznie tutaj Polaka próbował powiesić. Ale bił żonę, no. Lepiej będzie tej żonie bez niego. Chociaż i tak podejrzewam, że dostaniemy ostre opierdol i będzie płacz i zgrzytanie zębów, jak się z nią spotkamy. Chociaż i tak podejrzewam, że dostaniemy ostre opierdol i będzie płacz i zgrzytanie zębów, jak się z nią spotkamy. Polok, Polok. Ty, Polok się zaciął. Polok, hej. Kurwa, Polok. Polok nie chce gadać z nami, ty, problem jest. Polok się zbugował się z Polok. Dawaj te grosze. Polok! Polak się zepsuł, nie chce ze mną gadać. Polok w szoku. No bez kitu, zbugował się, to jest chyba taki pierwszy poważny bug, jaki napotkałem. No poza misją z komonami, dobra, drugi taki game breaking. Nie wiem, co tu mogę zrobić. Polok, kurwa! No, musimy wczytać, widzowie. Coś się skipsiło. Heniek, a co ty do mnie gadasz jak do głupca? Wczytajmy i zobaczmy, jak to po angielsku brzmi. To może jak pójdzie to na YouTube'a, to ludzie ocenią, czy rzeczywiście much better po czesku. Bo ja to powiem szczerze, no, z czeskim fajnie, pewnie jakbym grał sam bez streamowania, to bym grał z czeskim dubbingiem, ale do streamowania to no potrzebuję jakiegoś języka, który swobodnie rozumiem bez wysilania się. O, też ciekawe, że wersja anglojęzyczna jest lżejsza o 2 giga niż wersja czeska. Nie no, to mi mistrzostwo świata właśnie ta relacja. Znaczy generalnie ten czeski dubbing bardzo oddaje, nie? Tylko po prostu mi jest o wiele wygodniej, nie? Z angielskim. No tutaj mega oddaje, nie? No to szczególnie właśnie z tą bronią, albo Heniek? A co ty do mnie gadasz Jak do wariata. Śmieszny akcent. Polska górą, widzowie. A, to tutaj. Kurwa, żeby on mi się znowu nie ten... Żeby on mi się znowu nie zbugował.
Ożeż, kurwa, chyba sobie rękę złamałem. O kurwa. O kurwa, było blisko. O kurwa mać. Mało brakowało. Kimkolwiek jesteś, masz krzepę. Ale teraz to sam bym wpierdolił tym gównojadom.
I reckon you want to know who I am, right?
A nie, kompletnie to nie siedzi, nie, kompletnie to nie siedzi.
A dlaczego ty mówisz do mnie jak do głupca?
Yes, that's me, Henry. I was sent by Dry Devil.
W 100% oddaję, jak słyszysz, że to jest ta sama grupa językowa, nie?
No to czemuż to przylazł?
O, teraz działa.
Psia mać. To było niezłe mordobicie.
No, jesteś zadowolony? Przerażasz mnie?
You know, you're pretty scary.
Powiedział Henryk, który morduje, grabi,
Not really,
skrada się,
but I didn't expect you to go at them like that.
kradnie.
And I reckon neither did they.
No i bardzo kurwa dobrze. Żaden plebs nie będzie ze mną pogrywał. A co z Janoszem?
Żaden plebs nie będzie ze mną pogrywał.
Na pastwę losu.
Janosz? You mean Janosz Uher?
No Janosz! W Myskowicach go schwytali.
You mean Miskovic? Janosz is in Miskovic?
Tak, w Myskowicach.
Fantastic. I'll go and get him, and we'll be at the Devil's Den in no time.
Ale do diabła, pojmali go!
He was what? Doesn't matter. I'll find him. You go to the Devil's Den.
No dobra. Ale tylko tego nie spierdol, kurwa.
Kurwa, mistrzostwo świata. Ale fakty, no czeski dubbing o wiele, to dźwięczenie podobnych języków idealnie współgra, nie? Bardzo, bardzo fajny akcent. I myślę, że to będzie kozacka postać, bo on na pewno się później jeszcze pojawi, no bo zbieramy tą całą grupę Jana Žižka i on na pewno będzie brał udział tam w jakimś przewrocie albo nie wiem, cholera wie czym. A też ciekawy właśnie to był Bóg. No dobra, Polak odnaleziony. Piękna sprawa.